Hello, dear students. We are very pleased to join you another time to talk about another subject in Sunrise 10. Of course, we talk about something different today, Sunrise 10. We have finished the first unit. Now we start with the second unit. Second unit. Of course, we start with lesson 1. Lesson 1. And page 18. Here we have got in the first grammatical subject in the second unit, lesson 1, we've got reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. Of course, we have got subject pronoun and we've got the reflexive pronoun. Let us just talk about it first. When do we use reflexive pronoun? We use reflexive pronouns when we want to refer back to the subject of the sentence or to emphasize something. Okay, if we just look at the definition of reflexive pronoun, we see that it has a very great connection with the subject, or we can say with the doer of the action, who is doing the action of the subject. So the reflexive pronoun relates to the subject. We use reflexive pronouns when we want to refer back to the subject of the sentence or to emphasize something, to pay more attention to something. يعني reflexive pronoun بكار إني كمان بقرينه بو بكر ياخد أو إيشك أنجام ده يعني زيادة تأكيد بينه لكارك to emphasize, to pay more attention. Let us see what is subject pronoun and what are the reflexive pronouns. We have subject pronoun. And we've got reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronoun. The subject pronoun of I, the reflexive pronoun of I is myself. The subject pronoun of he is himself. The subject pronoun of she is herself. The subject pronoun of you can be both, either yourself or yourselves. You see, you can be either yourself or yourselves. If we want one person, only you, then we can say yourself. If we wanted to say more people, for example, you guys, in this case it is a plural, we have to say yourselves. When you say you Ahmad, you say you, yourself. And of course for we we have ourselves. For they, themselves. And for we have got only it, itself. You see, you can be either singular and plural. If it is singular, then we say yourself. If it is, we mean the plural one, then we say yourselves. Sorry. We is plural, then we say ourselves, s at the end. They is plural, then we say themselves. You see, s is at the beginning of the reflexive pronouns because they are plural. But for I, myself, he, himself, she, herself, it, itself. Now I will give you examples about reflexive pronoun. Let me just give you examples, then we may more understand it easily. Let me give you examples. The first example, have you seen it? For example, have you seen it yourself? Another example, she hurt herself. Another example, he cut himself. Another example, for example, baked the cake myself. Let's say Layla made it herself. Let's say we did it. When we have we, then we say ourselves. These are all examples for reflexive pronouns. Let me give you another example. A question we have to say. Ahmed is going to cut, let's say, yourself. I would ask you, I would say correct it. Correct it the reflexive pronoun. You see, where's the reflexive pronoun in the sentence? Ahmad is going to cut yourself. Yourself is the reflexive pronoun. We have to correct it. We say Ahmad is going to cut. Ahmad is the subject of the action, so we have to say himself. That's the correct one. Ahmad is going to cut himself. Another example, you are going to burn etc. I would say fill it with a correct reflexive pronoun. What do you say in this time? You are going to burn. It says fill it with a correct reflexive pronoun. We have to say you are going to burn. If we have you, then we say yourself. Or you can say yourselves. طبعا كتابي خوش نموني آخر رنگة توزق رابوس لسري الله يتشي ما وصبو yourself أجر بتنياو تبي you. For example, you Ali, you Ahmad, you Zana, or you. أجر you بتنياو تبي you. هرشي راستا هم yourself راستا هم yourself راستا بلا ما قد تشخيص بل you Dana and Zana أو بوبكو yourself راستا. You Saman بوبتاك yourself راستا. You Zainab and Layla. You guys. You, the people. Oh, how many agakobu? Agi yo kakobu got to time yourself. Yourselves. Agi you legal yagnawa. Yan you batanyawa. Agi you batanyawa. Yourself. Yourselves. Both are correct. If you with a singular noun, for example, Ahmad, Zana, Layla, so yourself, you can say yourself. But if you guys, you the people, you men, you boys, these are all plural. So we have to say yourselves. بوتان دوباره كما وصل كتاب يعني خوشويست reflexive pronoun يعني بكودي بيلن جناوي خويتي بو خوتا كرتو جناوي خويتي كي بكاري هنين we use reflexive pronouns when we want to refer back to the subject of the sentence or to emphasize something يعني كاتي كمانه بقرينو بوب كاري رستكا بوي كاركي انجام داوا خواندارتي خويتي جناوي خويتي جينا يعني بو كسكا قريتو يعني معناه تاكيد ليش تبكينو emphasize يعني تاكيدي لي بكينو او كات reflexive pronoun بكارني reflexive pronoun we have subject pronoun and reflexive pronoun. Of course, subject pronoun of I, the reflexive pronoun will be myself. Subject pronoun of he, the reflexive pronoun will be himself. Subject pronoun of she, the reflexive pronoun will be herself. You can be both. If it was singular, then we can say yourself. If it was plural, then we say yourselves. We is the subject pronoun. What's the reflexive pronoun? Ourselves. They is the subject pronoun. What's the reflexive pronoun? We have to say themselves. You see, they are plural, then we add s at the beginning of the reflexive pronoun. It is singular. We have to say itself. You know, here we have given some examples. Have you. You is the subject of the sentence, who we have to say yourself. She is the subject of the sentence, the doer of the action, so we have to say herself. He is the subject of the sentence. He cut himself. We have not to say herself. We have to say he himself. Herself to she. Like that. I baked the cake myself. I is the subject of the sentence, so we have to say myself. So myself relates to I. Layla is the subject of the action, the subject of the sentence. So for Layla we have to say herself. So herself relates to Layla. We did it ourselves. We is the subject of the sentence. So the reflexive pronouns, of course, will be ourselves. Ahmad is going to cut yourself. Yourself. It is incorrect. It's wrong. So it says correct it. Correct it. For Ahmad, we have to say what? For Ahmad, of course, the reflexive pronouns will be himself. You are going to burn. You is the subject of the sentence. It says fill it with a correct reflexive pronoun. Here we should add a reflexive pronoun. So you can say yourself and you can say yourselves. If it said you Ahmad, then we have to say yourself. If it said you guys, you the people, you boys, so we have to say yourselves. That was the end of reflexive pronouns. Thanks for being with us Till we are joining in another lesson, take care of yourselves and goodbye.